Good afternoon, people. Heard a question asked just a few minutes ago on another live stream. Are women welcome in the A1 community? Uh, the answer to that is very much a yes. M Carolina, Fort Worth, uh, Kaylin, when she used to be here, uh, Denise Lynn. Them are just to name a few that were always welcome in the A1 community. Always. Just because you got a little whiny ass and think everybody's picking on you, you should go look at these women. You be Chillin's wife, so on and so forth. Quite a few women in this community that have been welcome, been very welcome. Uh, However, shit disturbers, shit talkers, liars, bullshitters, con artists, and the likes are not by a lot of us. And Peanut, let me tell you something. You might want to go and verify yourself because if you've only been married twice and you're only going by your other name, uh, by your married names and your maiden name, and verify says you got 16 other aliases. Wow. Also, that you can't keep a house longer than a year in most cases. There's a few times you stayed a little bit longer than that, but not much. Hmm. So you might want to go sue, been verified, as you said to other people. Go send, you sent, I'm sorry, I was getting you confused with Twinkie. But you agreed with Twinkie on it, so go sue Ben Verify because they're putting out false information on you. Uh, just saying. So there's your answers to that. Very simple, very easily gotten. All you got to do is go to Ben Verified and see how many aliases this woman actually has. Peanut actually has by the name given to me in my private chat. Not giving out that name for the simple fact it was put in a private chat and was expected to keep private. And if I did give that name, she would have a fucking conniption fit from hell. Okay. And I really don't want to hear a stupid dumb bitch like her fucking whine cry and say she's been doxxed again. Okay. But that's why I'm also telling y'all go to Ben Verified and you'll find out about that bitch. You'll see what she's about. Now she could for most of her life, she moved almost on a yearly basis. How she has 16 aliases. Teresa has almost as many. But at least she stayed in a house longer than a year. Got to give her that. Um, So them are things you should think about. When you start asking questions, the answers will come to you. There's your answer, Peanut. There's many women welcome here. Very many women welcome here. But when they start calling cops or they bullshit and lie, they make up make up documents and say that they were federal documents against someone and they weren't. By the way, I'm still waiting on the email from Teresa and Hawkwind. By the way, uh, of that document, so I can sue these judges for putting out false information on me on the internet, which I'll gladly do, and I got the lawyer to do it. So there you have that. I'm waiting on that. I ain't seen that yet. So, Peanut, there's your answers. Lulu is welcome here. That's another one. Sweetheart, she don't cause shit with nobody. Seen a few people try to cause shit with Lulu, but not her causing shit with anybody. And good morning, Lulu. Good to see you too, hon. She tries to be friends with everybody, and she's welcome everywhere she goes that I know of. So there's women in this A1 community that are more than welcome in this A1 community. Okay. It's just the bullshit con artists, people that back up bullshit con artists, who lie for bullshit con artists. There you go, Lulu. That's it. And you're welcome almost everywhere. Everywhere. I've never seen a spot where you're not welcome. Um, so you've always been a sweetie. You know, but Peanut, when you sit there and back up bullshit con artists, people that you profess you were this kid advocate, and then you back up a lady that says 12-year-olds should put a gun in their mouth and blow and shoot themselves in front of their grandpa. Okay. Or you back up a guy that says he's going to go to someone's house and rape their infant uh, daughter. Yeah, you're a bullshitter. You're a liar and a scum. You were no child advocate. You were a mouthpiece. And that's all you are is a mouthpiece. You're damn right I'm going to be critical of you when you sit there and say you were a child advocate and you did stuff in DC. When I can only find, I've only found news clippings, I've found news videos, but nothing with your face in it. Not a damn thing with your face in it. And then I see how much of a child advocate you are by backing these people who do such things and say such nasty things about children. Yeah, you're a real winner there, girl. A real fucking winner. Real piece of scum is what you are. So there's your answers. Fucking Teresa making up fucking documents. Bullshit like that in the past. Sure, she's probably made up the bullshit about these judges supposedly after they said I was not guilty in their court, supposedly putting it out saying I'm guilty. I'm sure that's bullshit as well. That's why I keep waiting on this email, and I'll make sure it's worth your while if you send me that email of the document that says this. But you don't want to. Why? Because most likely will get you in trouble. Especially when I go to start suing judges and they're like, what the fuck? And then they're going to have to look into it because the lawsuits there, they got to keep themselves safe, so on and so forth and so forth. And that's why I've never gotten an email from you or Domewind yet. There's the answer to why I have not gotten the email yet. That could make you a pretty good rich person because from what you're saying, that's 4 or 5 different judges that are going to have to be held accountable for their lies, trying to destroy my life, costing me all sorts of stuff. Wow, real interesting there. Or is it just a straight up bald faced lie that you want to make up? See, that's why people can't stand you and Teresa Peanut. That's why I can't stand you and Teresa Peanut. When you call people liars that you heard and you sat there and listened to over on other panels, come over here and call them a liar and have no care or thought about who you're calling a liar or why they even said what they said or that they weren't lying. They have no reason to lie about what you call them a liar about. Yeah, I have a problem with you all. That's why Teresa has the word hate attached to her name for me. And she's the only person on YouTube I can honestly say I have ever said I hated. And I ain't saying her actions. I hate her as a person. I hate her what she is. I hate for what she stands for. I hate her for everything she is. So yeah. See, but I've been dealing with Teresa for 2 years and her lying ass fucking bullshit and catching her in fucking lies, making false fucking documents and everything else on people. So yeah, there's your answer, little Miss Peanut. Wham wham. I'm a victim, bitch. Quit making yourself a victim. I'm not welcome there. Oh, I get kicked off a panel. Oh, boo hoo. Well, wham, victim. About goddamn time you fucking decided to open your own goddamn mouth on your own fucking live stream. At least you can be a victim there. Other people choose not to let you be a victim on their damn channel. When you're not a victim, you bring the shit on yourself. Claim you're a strong woman. Oh, I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong woman. Oh no, I'm a victim because I can't talk on someone's panel. I'm a strong woman. Oh no, I'm a victim because they won't let me speak. Oh, which is it? Are you a victim or are you a strong woman? For real. Oh, you only attack women. Bullshit. Or ain't you heard me go after PDF just recently, Dirty Mike? Fucking goddamn anybody who wants to talk shit, including Lou and Swammy, you dumb fuck. Ooh, you ain't immune to me. Neither are they. None of them, including my friends, are immune to me. I told Swammy to get the fuck out of here the other day, didn't I, Swammy? I'm talking about Peanut and her being a victim. I got mad at Swammy the other day and I told him to get out of my room the other day if he didn't like what I had to say. And that he was a fucking idiot. Okay? But guess what? I'm still friends with Swammy and I still like Swammy. He's a good man. And I apologize to him for that. Okay? Because of what he is, he's a good man. But I still did it. He was not immune to me. Salty's not immune to me. Them are men. PDF ain't immune to me. That's a man. Fucking Dirty Mike sure the fuck ain't immune to me. That's a man. Fucking goddamn NE fan ain't been immune to me. That's a fucking man, you dumb bitch. Or are you calling them all women too? Which I would have to agree with only all of them except for one, and Swammy's the only man in that category at times. Just saying. Well, Mrs. Dillenbeck, yes, you are immune. Lulu's immune. Uh, that, by the way, Mrs. Dillenbeck's a woman that's welcome in the A1 community. Oh, damn. So, little Miss Victim Peanut, boom, wham, so sad, boo hoo, cry, cry, wham, wham. Go be a victim. And I hope you keep your victimness over on your channel. Mrs. Dylan Beck, you know you're loved by your pepperoni man. I want you to figure out something. You're not the only fucking target out there, Peanut. Boom, wham, boom, wham, boom, wham. Teresa ain't the only target out there. Boom, wham, boom, wham, boom, wham. I told Storm Hunter off the other night. I told Hawkwind off the other night. If you want to say them are women, I definitely believe that. Just saying. If you want to say them two are women, I can believe you on that wholeheartedly. Women definitely cut their fucking nuts off. Why will I not let you on my panel? I'm sure you know by now. I don't want to hear you being a victim, especially when you claim to be such a strong woman. And I don't want to hear how you were a child advocate when you back women that say a 12-year-old child should put a gun in their mouth and shoot it in front of their grandfather. Or you back a man that says he's going to go to someone's house and rape their infant daughter. You back these people. No, I have no respect for you. Not one bit. And like I said, I have yet to find a news article with your face in video or article form, newspaper, or any other way, shape, or form of your advocacy in DC and your face being put to it. That would be Lady Di who said that, Cooking with Lulu. Lady Di 2.0 is her channel. She is the one who said that. And Rick Crude is the one who said that about going to someone's house and raping his infant daughter. They back these people. Teresa backs them. Fucking the child advocate backs them. Backs their friends play. Everything else. So yeah, it is quite disgusting. Lulu. Very disgusting. Sorry, I was in the process of rolling a cigarette. So here is my link. Everybody decides to come in wants to. I doubt it, but not everybody's going to welcome everybody to their stream. Okay, just like I'm not welcome on certain people's panels and streams either. Do you hear me bitching about it? Yeah, I agree. Cooking with Lulu, and then he also said he was going to uh, uh, rape other people and then throw them on the street corner, things like that. I agree, Patriot Defense. I really agree. No matter what the reason being behind it is. There's no good reason to me to do that. Uh, it's disgusting. I don't care what anybody said to you or anything else for that matter. That's disgusting. Yeah, same here at PSS. And that's part of the problem I'm having today. I'm seeing a perpetual victim in the name of Peanut, whining and crying. She can't go to her panels and then claims she's a strong woman. I can't talk on panels. And then claims she's a strong woman. You hurt my feelings. And then claims she's a strong woman. Oh, it got reported many times. Cooking with Lulu. He lost his channel for it. He had to restart a new channel. Cooking with Lulu. So yeah, I know who I'm talking about though at FDSS right now. I didn't say you said anything. That's who I'm talking about. I don't want to hear the I'm a perpetual victim on my panel. Sorry. So she's not welcome here. And then when she don't get her way and someone starts weeding her out as what she is, she starts yelling, screaming, and cussing. Okay. Yeah, pretty much DSS. If they want fucking the same thing a man could get, then they get it. Yeah, that's a. I don't. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go there either if I was you. You know, they have asked to have the same thing a man gets. Well, I have cussed out a many a man on this fucking YouTube. If you want it, you're gonna get it. I've called men cunts on YouTube. I've called men every name under the book on YouTube, under the book cover. Okay, on YouTube. Matter of fact, I actually hold back because I know one name that pisses off most women, and that's the word cunt. That's all I need to say. But my definition of cunt and your definition of cunt is two different things. My definition of cunt is can't understand normal thinking. And Peanut, by God, you fit that bill very well. When you want, in one hand, want to say I'm a strong woman, and then the other hand, you want to go, wee, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, wee. When 90% of the shit you get because you're whining, you're a victim about, you bring on yourself. Oh man, cry, 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 baby, cry, 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 baby. Hey, I agree, Patriot. I mean, hell, freaking, there's an Australian group. I forget his name, but he even did a song. You can't say cunt in Canada, okay? And he sung it in Canada, okay? Come on now. You're right. You're right. It is a everyday word. I mean, they make songs and fucking jokes and everything else about it. Right, FDSS, I understand. I mean, so awesome that because otherwise you got whatever you needed finished. So you need to pick which side you want to be on. You're a strong woman or you're a victim. You want to be a victim, stay a victim. Correct, Measure. Stephen Measure, you're correct. Um, so, you know, when you're being blown out of the water and you go blah, 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 okay, something I'm coming to grips with here. And I'm trying to break myself up. Okay, to make sure I'm trying to not do that. Okay, but yet I see many people do it, and then they get upset when someone does it back at them. See, a lot of times I do it just because I want to do it to make people feel what I felt uh, uh, when they did it to me. You know, both there, Patriot Defense, both. I have to admit, I cussed uh, Peanut, called her a dumbass. I've called her that well, idiot moron ain't cussing, but I have called her a cunt. But like I said, my meaning of cunt means you can't understand normal thinking, and that this proves it right here. On one hand, you say I'm a strong woman, and then on the other hand, wah, wah, and then on this hand you say I'm a strong woman again, and then on the other hand you go wah, wah. Which is it? That's not normal thinking. Normal thinking is you're either a victim or you're a strong person. You can't be one. You can't be both. Sorry, it don't work that way. If I cried about all the freaking panels I can't be on, should I be sitting here crying for a month? Just saying. Or the panels I've been kicked off, I'd be here for a year crying on that one. Damn. I've seen him cuss one time cooking with Lulu, but that was when a cop came up and bumped his son with his chest and thought he was going to treat his son with disrespect. And I seen him actually cuss that cop that one time, and I was blown away. I was truly blown away that he cussed, but I understood why he cussed that cop for touching his son when that cop had no right to touch his son. I can see why he cussed that cop. And Steve, I agree, it does. But here's the thing, that jury needs to learn something, and it's called the First Amendment. They are there to uphold that as a jury. So, yes, correct, Swammy. Peanut called the cops on Salty at least one time I know of for sure, possibly two times. Then uh, Teresa did threaten to take, well, she didn't threaten to take it out. It was an underhanded threat. She said she hopes someone takes the batteries out of his smoke detector and then burns his house down so his family would die. Not him, just his family. See, that's another thing I want to get into. Teresa, you really should just confess your love, honestly, because that's what I'm seeing. You're in love with Lou because no one that I've ever seen in my life has obsessed about a person like that, like the way you do about Lou. If they weren't in love with him and not getting what they wanted from that person that they were in love with, okay. Also, another thing that you're missing out on, Swammy, they've said they would pay Colton Wood to go to his house again, things like that. Uh, they said that that they would try to take his job away from him. They would try to get his license revoked as a security guard, so on, so forth, and so on, and tried to affect him outside of YouTube, which is pretty damn disgusting, if you ask me, as well. To attack a person's livelihood outside of YouTube, to attack them personally by sending cops, um, that's pretty damn disgusting, if you ask me. Well, Steve, I love it when you come in here and you talk to me and things like that. You've always been a good factor that's helped keep me calm on certain things, and I appreciate that. I really do. You've always pretty well been able to help with your by me reading what you got to say, calm me down. Patriot Defense sometimes, Lulu most of the time, you know. So there's a few out there that I really listen to and have respect for. I mean, me and you, Steve, we've talked about shit, and you even bring me ideas and tell give me more reasons to go do more research, shit like that, man. I love how you do it too. You just don't come up here and say, "Well, you're wrong." You say, "Well, what about this and what about that?" And I like that. Uh, no disrespect when you try to tell me, "Hey, you might want to go research some more." You know, and I like how you do it. So, so, and I appreciate that. I really do. Yep, I agree, Sweeney. Way that's going way, way overboard to try to hurt someone. Right, Lady Zaga. Right. And now you under that that's one reason right there. Right, Lady Zaga, I agree. I agree. Um and that right there is why I can't stand the person that called the cops on him. That's why I lost a place to live and was willing to lose a place to live. Things like that. Because Eric Brandt's been there and done a lot for our rights as humans on this earth. I need to look that up there, Lady Zaga. Interesting. Yeah. I appreciate that. I'll probably do I'll be looking at that as well, Lady Zaga. I have had threats like I need to step away from friends of mine before something bad happens to me since I've been on this internet. And I ain't stepped away from my friends yet. Ain't going to. Hey, Pamela. And by the way, the other day, what you said, put clothes on. I had clothes on. I had a pair of shorts on. It just didn't look like it. I did have a pair. I did have a pair of shorts on the other day. That was funny though. You cracked me up with that. I wear as little clothes as I can. That's for sure. So yeah, you did crack me up with that though. I appreciate that. That gave me a good laugh, girl. So I hear that these people are strong. I hear these people are whatever's, and they go whine, 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 cry baby, cry baby, cry baby, cry baby. Um, most, incarcerated people per capita in the world. Americans. Yes, Lady Zaga, you are correct. Yes, you're correct on that. Also, Lady Zaga. No, 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 Steve. That's a matter of how you look at it. I'd say if I were to do that, I would be saying that I'm exercising my rights, and the government is backing me. Even though I don't care if they're backing me or not, but this just proves the government said I'm okay as well. Okay, they backed me on what I had to say, not because the governments gave me my rights. It's because I still chose to have my rights, and the government backs me with me having my rights. Well, I agree with you on that, Steve. Uh, but it just depends on how you look at that particular subject there, Steve, and how you want to interpret the meaning to it. You know, uh, on that right thing. Uh, I choose to exercise my rights no matter what. But here's the true fact: the government says I'm correct in exercising my rights, so you've got to shut up, even by their per capita. You know, but I still will choose to exercise my right, even if they didn't say it was all right, which I have done and got put in cuffs before. I've seen several others do that as well. Um, you know, it's nice to have that little extra backup, especially when you got a Karen or especially a snowflake cop. You know, um, you know, it's good to have that little backup, but because or you're going to be willing, you got to be willing to go to jail. You got to be willing to be cuffed. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes. If you don't have that backup, just saying. And it makes it easier for you to get money out of them if you decide to sue them for trying to violate your rights. It makes it a little bit easier as well. Yeah, I don't look at it that way. I don't give a fuck what my government says is okay or not when it comes to my rights. Oh, you eat barbecue chips from Walmart, huh, Pamela? I'm eating actually Bugle brand potato chips or Bugle corn chips, I should say, that I bought at the Family Dollar. Uh, but so there's your answers to that. Peanut, your questions and things like that, because people are just really not willing to listen to you Because on one hand you say I'm a strong person, and then on the other hand you whine and cry and boohoo and wah wah wah. Okay, like I said, if I were to cry about every panel I've been thrown off of and keep crying about it, I'd be here till the end of the year just on that alone. Okay. Some of them I've gone back and had a good laugh about what happened. Some of them I've never gone back to. So, I got a family size original flavor bag, Pamela, uh, that I think it cost me $3.90 some cents. Yeah, the conformity thing I've never been able to do very well, Steve. My brain ain't wired that way. I don't. Conforming's not my. Now you a few bags there, Pamela. But yeah, they ain't that expensive here in New York. It's actually amazing. Well, that's because 2/3 of the people are afraid to be put in a cage. Steve, um, people don't like being put in a cage and don't like to have the threat looming over their head to be put in a cage. Uh, and that's why they do that. Uh, you know, I agree, Lady Zaga. Uh, yeah, I've actually seen that right here in this community. As a matter of fact, Lady Zaga, uh, with the uh, with the infiltration, I've seen it right here in this community. I watch him every once in a while. Yes, Pamela, I do. I don't watch him like I used to, but I do watch him. But Lady Zaga, honestly, I would rather see the economic crash happen as quickly as possible because we know it's inevitable. So yes, Biden is bad, bad juju. Um, yeah, but they're really escalating it quick now. No, actually, we don't, Steve. That's why I find other ways and means to get what I need in legal means. No, if it's gonna happen, Steve, here's the problem. It ain't just here where all of that's been happening either. It has happened across the world. The global, that's a true pandemic right there. It's inflation. So I agree with Pam, but yet also allowing Russia to complete that pipeline, which will over there that will give them billions and billions and billions of dollars. So I agree, Pamela. I agree, Mrs. Dillenbeck. That I agree with Slammy that about your opinion about Peanut. I agree with you on. And yes, the USA is a laughing stock right now, Mrs. Dillenbeck. China and Russia are proving that right now. I'm talking about the pipeline over there in Russia, Lady Zaga, that Russia is completing. That they are going to get billions of dollars from that. And that's why Russia, the country, and the government is completing it. Steve Manager, I haven't been tolerating it. That's why I've been trying to tell everybody they need to quit buying shit, start going to a trade and barter system and learning how to fend for themselves. I've been saying that since I started on here. It was one of the first messages I put out when I first started into YouTube. You know, and went for walks out in the woods showing people food to eat, things like that. So they didn't have to rely on the fucking government and all that. Supply and demand. If there's no demand, you the price would go down. I agree, Lady Zaga. I agree with your points. I really do. Always have. You're a very smart lady. By the way, Lady Zaga is another lady that is welcome in the A1 community. And she's welcome everywhere. And got wrenches pretty much everywhere, too. Just saying. Steve Measure, I agree. I agree. I get it. I agree with that, Mrs. Dillenbeck. I'm agreeing with a lot of y'all. Yes, it is very much higher than that. We're probably looking at almost a 30% increase in inflation. I think it's a little bit higher than that on unemployment too, Lady Gaga. I really do. I think it's a little bit higher than that. That I agree, Manager. Hold on a second. I am back. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry about that, guy. Yeah, I agree. There, Rob C. Biden is a joke. Look at Afghanistan. Yeah, yeah, you're not very far from Leavenworth. You're right, Slammy. Hey, Rob Z. I'm sure, Pamela. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is the government has got most people that pay taxes in fear that they're going to a jail cell. They're going to a cage. You're going to have bars put around them. Now, you can't say you're in fear of a debt to the government because as far as taxes goes, you're always paying taxes, so you're always in debt. So there you go, Pamela. I understand about the work thing, honestly. Well, I agree with you on that, Steve. But what I'm saying is, you're still going to be paying taxes no matter what. You know, uh, so that's the point I'm getting at. Even if you quit paying taxes, like your income tax, you're still going to always be in debt because you're going to still always be paying taxes some way somehow. Just saying. I will be. By the way, I'll be looking at that as well, Lady Zaga. When you tell me to look at something, I look at it. Then you do a lot of good research. Um, I agree, Steve. It is. Uh, um, but yeah, there's several things that should be looked at right now that our government's doing and let happen. You know, it's quite an interesting thing to see. By the way, yeah, um, and you know what I see with the Taliban taking over? They really didn't want us in that country anyway. If they did, they would have stopped the Taliban from taking over. That would be quite an interesting thing to see, Swammy. And I'm not talking British uniforms like they had the last time that they had come there. See, that's something that's forgotten. They had a big, big party. Biden had a great big party, and a whole bunch of fucking people were invited that were quote unquote reenactors. They were all in red coat uniforms. The red coats were the British. Okay. Uh, the colonials had blue coats. The colonials had their normal clothes and frocks. Nothing that matched the red coats in any way. Okay, except for the inner lining was a dark blue of the red coats uniform. That's the closest they came, and the colonials had a lighter blue than the dark blue that was inside of the inner lining of the red coat. So even Biden, in his own way, showed you his thoughts with that alone. He wants a monarchy again. He wants a king again. Okay. He wants a king. Redcoats uh, are English. They were the English that we defeated. So he showed the United States with that simple gesture what he wanted. Yes, Steve Measure. As a matter of fact, I believe the Minutemen would have already been at war. Yeah. Where do you want me to start with that when they owned the biggest part of the Ukraine's oil reserves, or involved with it in some way, shape, or form? Like his son is the freaking uh, uh, the head CEO of the company that owns the oil reserves and also their natural energy shit. Well, I could say this, Swammy, because of the Civil War and how many people died in the Civil War, how bloody of a confrontation it was. I put a distaste in people mouths a long time ago for wanting to fight. Honestly, and that's the way I feel about that. You know, if that happens, people are trying to exhaust every freaking avenue of talking, doing what they can, and doing the best they can before it comes down to that. Honestly, Swami, um, a lot of people don't want it. If it happens, a lot of people will join it on either side. But until it happens, no one wants to be the first one to fire the first shot, even though I believe the government already has. And they're using the cops to do it. And they're finding new ways to make it legal for the cops to do it as well. Okay. Shooting unarmed people saying that they had a mental defect. They were in fear of their lives. I agree with that, Swami. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I agree. They're allowing cops to get away with beating up people on the side of the road that have done nothing but sit on the side of the road uh, because they said they had a mental defect. They're shooting people. Like I watched one video the other night where they shot this person that fell asleep by a McDonald's in a McDonald's drive-through. Okay, they said he had a gun. Now you could see the seat, you could see the man's lap, you could see everything when the cop. Uh, um, yeah, then Pamela, just saying. Um, Today would probably be a different story altogether, honestly. But this man was stopped there. You couldn't see a gun anywhere that they tried to say he had. Okay. Then they show he wakes up and he's trying to get out of the car when he realizes the cops were there. And he has his hands up. Okay. They said he had the gun in his hand. I stopped the video where the little red arrow was pointing at his hand that the gun was supposedly in. I stopped it, I took a picture of it, and then blew that picture up and looked at that picture. I could not find nothing in his hand. All I saw was an empty hand. Okay. The cops opened fire and shot that man to death in his car. Now, what I did see, however, was I watched a lady cop. She's got her gun pulled. Okay. Um, she's got her gun pulled or a gun pulled because it looked like her service revolver was still in her holster when she walked up to the car. And I stopped that and I looked at that and blew that picture up, and there was a not a revolver, but a service pistol still in that holster. But she's got a gun pulled and walking up to that car. There's a guy with a shield that walks up there with her. You could see her hands go in front of that shield. Okay. You can see her hands go right in front of that shield. And when she pulls her hands back from that shield, she don't have a gun in her hand no more. And she has to pull that service pistol from her freaking hip. Okay. And I watched all this on camera. So what's that tell you, people? They even planted a gun on the guy, got caught, and they're still saying the guy was wrong and that he had a gun and that they shot him because of the gun. And even the freaking news is saying it. And I even called the news station and I pointed this all out to them. So they pulled the video off of fucking YouTube. It's not there no more. That shows you what they're trying to do. They're trying to even try to fucking set people up to try to push their agenda and gun violence and shooting people for that were not fucking violent. Yes, that was called murder, Steve Badger. It was called murder. But actually, for a cop, it's not called murder. It's called excessive force, which just gets their asses fired. Which is very disgusting to me. Now, if I would have done the same thing, I would have went and I got caught at it. I'd be going to prison right now. And I am very sorry for you, Pamela. I had my mom die in my arms as well. And I know it was hard for me, and I was very glad I took the time and the ability to go out into the wilderness and go down three rivers and spend 3.5 months out in the woods, surviving in the middle of winter in Arkansas, which was quite hard to do. Kept my mind off things. It also helped me get a lot of questions right in my head and things like that. So that's how I dealt with my losing my mother. Steve, there's a lot more to that than here in the United States. I hate to tell you. Prison, hell, even county jails is worse than what you just said there. I'm telling you that now. So yeah, I wished it was that easy. Just saying, Steve. Uh, Your brother moved to Ecuador. You thinking of following? Hey, there you go, Steve. Do what, Pamela? My wife commented on one of my videos on my account. Joe Cool's wife commented on one of my videos on my account. Blocked and threatened yesterday. Oh, that is that the name of the video, Pamela? Yeah, I know, Steve. Believe me, I've given that quite a bit of thought there, Steve, to tell you the truth. Oh, okay. Well, Pamela, I know Joe Cool don't have a wife. He is a player. So, what's your other account, Pamela? I could probably unblock it, Pamela. Oh, okay. I didn't know he was married to her. So, what's your other account, Pamela? I could probably unblock it. Ah, 80 with the top boss videos coming soon. Okay. You've been cool. You've been pretty cool, so I'll unblock it. I sure did. I sure did. I box swam me right the fuck out of here for almost 3 weeks. I blocked him right out of my room for about 3 weeks. There, Pamela. so, uh, so, yeah, but yeah, I'll unblock that. I'll unblock that for you, Pamela. Steve, always good to have you here, man. Always good to have you here, Lady Zaga. Always good to have you here as well. It's quite nice to see both of your ideas going back and forth there. That was really awesome to see. both are great people. Both great people. And I love reading and seeing what you both have to say. I really do. Uh, and I appreciate it. But on that note, people, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. And remember there, Peanut, you're either a strong woman or you're a strong person or you're a whine cry. I don't know. Hey, you can't be both. Uh, sorry. Uh, you show how not so strong you are when you do that. So get over it. If you whine and cry about every time you get blocked out of uh uh a damn stream or whatever, or off of StreamYards or off of a panel or thrown off of a panel, you're gonna be whining for a long time. Because there's gonna be people that ain't gonna like you, and there's gonna be people that like you. Well, it's just the way it goes. That's life. And the people that ain't gonna like you probably ain't gonna let you come up on their panel. Okay. So get over yourself, grow up, wham, boo hoo, or just stay a victim all your life on everything you do. But on that note, I am out of here. Y'all have a great day. Have a great afternoon, morning, evening, and night, whichever the case may be. And I'm out.